Alright guys, so today guys we're going to be talking about the experimental phase. Now what the hell is the experimental phase? So when I talk about the experimental phase, it could relate to business, what you do in your everyday life, going to college. But for right now we're going to be talking about business, alright? So everybody, if you're trying to be like me, an entrepreneur, you're trying to be the best version of yourself, you're trying to get this and that done, you're trying to do this, you're trying to run YouTube and all these social media pages, you gotta do the experimental phase. And everybody on the come up is probably gonna encounter this. So me and my boys, right, we were playing Fortnite, we were streaming the other day, and we are playing with this 40-year-old Fortnite friend, and I met him back in 2018 when I was like a sophomore in high school. I was only 15 years old. I met him through one of my boys online, and we started playing Fortnite. But recently, like last year in 2024, we started like rekindling again. Not like we just stopped talking for a while because like I was busy in real life and I just didn't play Fortnite. But we finally got back together last year in 2024, and we started streaming. We started making Fortnite content, and I was just playing, having fun with the boys. It was having a good time. But this guy, right, ever since that I met him in 2018, he was always like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be the next big streamer. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then after that, guys, now 2024, I'm like, hey, bro, how's your YouTube streaming journey going? Like, did you make it in? He's like, oh, no, bro, I only had 300 subscribers still yet. I was like, bro, what the fuck have you been doing for the past 7 to 8 years? Like, bro, you know how much shit happened in 7 to 8 years? You know how much shit, like, you could have gotten done, and so much, like, it did. That was a lot of time. That was like almost a decade pretty much. So I'm like, bro, what the hell have you been doing for a decade? Almost a decade. Like, what are you doing with your work? He's like, oh, every day I'm just trying to create my own algorithm, and every day I'm just gonna like stream content of Fortnite, and then what I'm gonna be doing is I'm just gonna leave it the same title, no thumbnail, nothing. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You expect to blow up out of doing the same shit that obviously wasn't working in 2018? What makes you think it's gonna work in 2026, in 2025? So it got to the point where I don't know, like, what's the whole point of why he's trying to do what he's doing? I'm like, bro, like, are you even trying to grow your channel? Like, what are you fucking doing, right? So the whole point I'm trying to make is, like, for him, right, I told him, I recommended, bro, you gotta go through the experimental phase. So I even told this, like, last year during summertime, I was telling him, like, bro, you gotta change up your content. You gotta experiment of what the type of content that's gonna work, what the videos, what's gonna get in more views, what are stuff that you're personally gonna like doing. So you gotta get through the experimental phase, alright? So this guy, he was like fucking doing the same shit for 7 to 8 years. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the experimental phase, right? I told him best advice is gotta change up your content. I told him, bro, when you're streaming, you gotta change up your style. You gotta go ahead and, talk to the audience. Maybe you're not getting audience. Maybe you gotta like do like reactions or something. And then from there, maybe your streams are not getting views, but maybe you can use like short form content and post it on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays it's all about clipping, right? People go viral just from fucking 6-second clips of them yelling on the internet or saying something motivational. So I told him, bro, you gotta experiment with that. You gotta make better content. You gotta figure out ways that's gonna bring in you more views. Figure out ways that you can help teach people. You know what I'm saying? Like young people, because he's 40 years old. I'm like, bro, every time that we play together, you're quiet. You're ass at the game. So fucking like just don't even try it Fortnite. But other than that, you're not entertaining. You're not motivational. You're not interesting. You don't have anything like insightful to say to help other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I told him, bro, you could have been like those motivational self-help gurus online. You're at the age where you can teach people. You're 40 years into like I think in fact right now, today's April 1st. I think today's his birthday. So I think he's 41 years old or 42. I'm not sure, but I think he's 41. So today is his birthday. I'm gonna go text him after this. So in 41 years of life and you have nothing interesting to say. I'm like, what the fuck, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what are you doing? So if you're not interesting, if he's not good at the game, I'm like, bro, I don't know what else to tell you. But all I'm going to tell you is that if you really, really want to make this a full-time job and you want to get your goals accomplished and become a full-time streamer and YouTuber, you got to experiment with your content, right? Like for me, right, I started doing YouTube in like end of 2022. I had like multiple channels, but I was in the experimental phase. I was trying to figure out what was going to work, what was going to bring an audience. And you know what I'm saying? I just was posting as much content as I wanted, right? As much content as I could. In 2022, right, I got sick for 2 months. And then I was like, oh shit, since I was home for 2 months, months, I was like, oh, let me just try and do YouTube again, because I kind of quit YouTube because, during COVID, I was working multiple jobs. I was hanging with the boys. I was traveling here and there. And my goal was I wanted to be a business owner and entrepreneurship. And I just wanted to start off with YouTube at first, but it kind of got pushed to the side during this 2020, 2021 era. But when I finally got sick in 2022, I was home for 2 months. So I was like, bro, you know what? Let me just try and focus on YouTube again. So when I was focusing on YouTube during those 2 months, and after that, I was experimenting with all the type of content. I was posting stupid videos. At first, I was posting gaming videos. That was not getting views. Then I was posting like these kids must be stopped videos, like rice gum videos. I tried to do that, but it didn't get views. And also at the same time, I was like, yeah, this is not my type of style of content, because I don't like it. Kind of feels like I'm bullying people, and I don't like putting people down. I'd rather help people. So it got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm not gonna make that content. And then after that, I was doing like in 2023, I was doing like story time videos. You know what I'm saying? I was just like doing good old Call of Duty commentary and telling stories about my life. That kind of got views, but it just didn't work out at the end of the day. And then after that, I was trying to do short form content, but the short form content wasn't getting views. So I was like, okay, what kind of content should I do? And then later in 2024, I started doing Fortnite related content, self-help improvement videos, and that was kind of getting me views. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, this is going to work. That's not going to work. This is going to work. So the whole point I'm trying to make is, the only way that you're gonna figure out, and that's gonna like help you to figure out what you want to do with your content, with your business, what's gonna get you views and get you the most money, what's gonna make you, more passionate about your job, is that you gotta just post as much content as you can, and you gotta experiment with it. You're not gonna figure it out, and you're not gonna know what's gonna work if you don't do anything and experiment with it, right? If you do the same shit every single day and you realize that there's no results for 8+ years, what does that tell you? You gotta fucking change it up for a bit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure out what's gonna work, and in order to figure out what's gonna work, you gotta experiment. So this fucking 41-year-old man, he's not doing shit. He thinks, oh, okay, as long as he's consistent, as long as he's showing up, as long as he's doing bare minimum, that one day he might wake up with millions of views like he's Mr. Beast from one video that he didn't even do anything on it, just quiet ASMR Fortnite gameplay. So I said, bro, get your shit together, bro. Why aren't you learning? And that's what I would tell him personally. I'm only 22 years old. This man is way older than me, 20 years older than me. But it's like a lot of people, even older people, I realize, they're just fucking like, what the fuck, bro? Come on. And another example too, not even with just YouTube, but maybe you take another business module. Maybe you're selling cookies, right? You're selling cookies, so you decide to take your cookie business to like a farmer's market, and now there's other cookie businesses there, and then you only make chocolate chip cookies. People walk past it, oh, I don't like buy chocolate chip cookies. Is there other flavors? And like, oh no, it's just chocolate chip cookies. Like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go to the other cookie shop that has more flavors. So right then and there, it shows you, okay, chocolate chip cookies is a no-go. I should make other flavors to make me stand out, to be more interesting, to be more unique, and then maybe it'll make me more sales. So the next week, I go back to the farmer's market. Now I have chocolate chip cookies, but I also have ube cookies, and I also have, let's say, like cookies and cream cookies. I don't know, right? Some sort of different flavor that you came up with. And then after that, right, maybe customers come up to your booth. They're like, oh, wow, what is this? Ube cookies? What is this? Cookies and cream cookies? Oh, let me try that. And then you start making more money off of that product. But the point is, you would never figure out that would have worked if you didn't experiment with it, right? If you kept going back to the same market and kept selling fucking same chocolate chip cookies and no one was buying it because they rather buy the other cookies that's across the vendor, that's across from you, then, right? The fuck, right? That shows like, bro, you gotta improve it. It's the same thing with my 40-year-old Fortnite friend. Not changing anything, not improving. So go through the experimental phase with your businesses, okay? Even in life, something doesn't work out, maybe a 9-to-5 job, right? Maybe you're a landscaper, you go through the experience, and then after that, like 5 months into the job, you're like, bro, this is not it for me. Like, I'd rather just be a chef at a restaurant. That's my passion. That's what I figured out. Like, fuck the landscaping job. Like, I want to go back to school for fucking cooking. You will never figure that out unless you went through that experience, right? So you got to go through the experimental phase, guys. Come on, trust me, guys, all right? I'm only 22 years old, but I went through all of this shit already. So listen to your young brother, bro. Listen to Unc. Nah, I'm just kidding, bro. Don't ever fucking call me that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you little kid. Oh, uncle. Like, bro, shut your mouth, okay? But anyways, guys, that's my best advice. Go through the experimental phase. Let's get it.